Here's Tommy and John. They are the same age and grew up in the same neighborhood under similar circumstances. Neither have any special athletic abilities and they both have average IQ levels. Tommy struggles financially and is finding it hard to keep himself motivated to work and pay the bills, while John is financially independent and is truly enjoying his life. But what really separates these two and why are their lives so different? In this video I'm gonna try to cut through the bullshit and truthfully explain the traits and characteristics that has made John succeed and put Tommy in a struggle. Tommy is the happiest when his paycheck arrives because then he can finally get a hoverboard, a new pair of sneakers and hit the bars to celebrate that he's been able to plow through the week. He wakes up the next morning feeling like absolute shit while also realizing he's about to go broke again. He's got no money saved, but hey, at least he got a sick hoverboard. John is also happy when he gets paid, but before he pays everyone else and buys useless shit, he pays himself first. Once he has invested at least 10% of his earnings, that's when John can comfortably spend it on other things. So trait number 1, the rich pay themselves first. When Tommy drives home after work, he makes a quick stop to get a frosted donut and an energy drink. Once he's by the register, he also decides to get a lottery ticket for the chance of hitting the jackpot and live his dream life to quit his job, get free from duties and responsibilities, and chug Mexican beers on the beach for the rest of his days. John, on the other hand, stopped buying lottery tickets when he realized it's simply a tax on the poor, and the vast majority of lottery winners go broke just as quick because they haven't learned the skill to manage money. John's dream is not inactivity and to chill on a beach, but to actively do what excites him every single day. He chooses to actively work towards his visions with a long-term approach and to improve himself to become more valuable and consequently earn more. Trait number 2, the rich base their decisions on long-term rewards rather than instant gratification. Tommy got a decent paying job after graduating and he gets a paycheck coming in regularly, providing he physically shows up and exchanges his time for money. He knows that if he gets sick or simply wants a long vacation, his income will decrease drastically, which is very stressful. John relies on several different streams and sources of income, which are mostly passive, meaning he earns money all hours around the clock 7 days a week without having to physically be somewhere to exchange his time for money. And even if one of these income streams gets shut down, he still have other sources rolling in, taking a lot of stress off him. So trait number 3, rich people have several sources of income. When Tommy graduated from school, he could finally make a bonfire with all the books he bought over the years and celebrate that he's now qualified for a real job. The learning is officially over and reading business and self-help books to improve is no longer needed. Instead of spending money to improve, he spends it to take a loan for an overpriced home and a car with more buttons than his last one. When John graduated, he started to listen and read more books on topics that actually interested him, rather than to learn about the cells of a fucking leaf which he was forced to learn in school. He knows that investing in himself is the greatest investment of all, because even if he loses all his money from a bad business idea or investment, he's got the confidence and ability to earn it all back again, while making sure to not repeat the same mistake again. Trait number 4, rich people continuously invest in themselves. And if you want to be almost as cool as John and listen to audiobooks, you can sign up through my Audible link to the 30-day free trial and get 2 books for free. I suggest a $100 startup to start off with, or anything from Grant Cardone because of the passion and intensity he talks with, and you can cancel the membership anytime and still keep the books. Tommy has worked several years in the same position, with his income only increasing in the same rate as inflation, and is becoming aggravated with not getting a raise. He doesn't think he makes any mistakes, and he surely knows how things should be operated and how to properly manage people without having any training or experience with it. He blames his boss and the poor management at work, as well as the current political party, for not earning more money. John doesn't give a fuck what political party is in charge, but instead focuses his energy on what he can control to somehow benefit from the situation. If he has not earned more money this year than the previous one, he knows it's his own fault and that in order to have more, he has to become more. So trait number 5, the rich never blames but take full responsibility for their failures. And when the weekend finally comes around, Tommy turns his alarm off to sleep in for as long as he can. This is the fruit of his hard work, to be able to do absolutely nothing for an extended period of time, and he sees sleep as a pleasure that he has earned. He doesn't find fulfillment with what he does, and his only purpose to get out of bed and work is to pay the bills. John, on the other hand, could very well wake up late if he wanted to, but he chooses not to spend his time sleeping in and instead wakes up just as early as he usually does because he's more excited to be productive and make progress than to sleep. So trait number 6, the rich don't sleep in. And when Tommy finally steps out of bed, he drags himself to the couch and puts a Netflix series on to entertain himself until it's time to sleep again. When he's not mindlessly entertaining himself, he's clueless on what to make of his time, and going to the bar seems like a good option no matter what day of the week it is. John wakes up and don't care to sleep longer because he's got a major purpose that he pursues with an intensity and without quitting. He doesn't see the work and effort he puts into it as a sacrifice, but he has become addicted to the sensation of making progress and getting closer to his vision every day. So trait number 7, the rich have a clear vision or purpose. And Tommy realizes that the most productive thing he has done this week was to level up 2 times on GTA while finishing 4 bags of Doritos in one sitting. And in the back of his head he knows that he should probably get a few things done before going to bed, but he keeps telling himself there's always a tomorrow. John has a checklist of things he needs to get done, which he wrote down the night before. Some tasks are incredibly small while others are bigger, but it creates a path which he can follow and complete to make him progress. And once he's completed that list of tasks, he watches some Netflix before heading out to the bars to get absolutely fucking slam-bangled. So trait number 8, the rich make progress before entertainment. So there you have it guys, a few of the traits and characteristics that makes it possible for John to smoke Tommy in the financial game. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, leave a dislike if you enjoy learning about the cells of a leaf, and I'll see you in the next one.